Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will explain you how to customize the default editor window of the Blazor Scheduler. I hope everyone will be familiar with the default editor window that opens on double-clicking the scheduler cells or events. Now, I will show you how to customize this editor window, which is used for both adding and editing the appointments with your own required fields based on the application need. First, let me open the existing Blazor application, where I have added the Blazor Scheduler with list data source. So, if you want to know how to create a Blazor Scheduler and add appointments to it, then you can look onto the above YouTube card to listen the Getting Started video. Also, you can find its reference link in the description part below. Now, let me run this application to show you the output of this example. So here, you can view the scheduler with the normal appointments. Here, I have planned to design custom editor window with the limited fields, and add different controls like Dropdown List, DateTimePicker and text box inside it. So now, let me proceed to show you how to design the custom editor window like this. In this example, I have defined an additional field event type to scheduler data source to display the appointment status. Before I start to design the custom editor window, first I need to install dropdowns, inputs and calendars NuGet packages to the application. So, I will open the NuGet package manager by right-clicking the project, and choose the Manage NuGet Packages. Here, I am going to install Blazor Dropdowns NuGet package first. So, let me search for Syncfusion Blazor Dropdowns in the Browse tab, and install it into the project. Then, I will follow same steps to install other NuGet packages here, Syncfusion Blazor Calendars and Syncfusion Blazor Inputs. Once the installation gets completed, let me navigate to imports.razor file, and here, I will add Syncfusion Blazor Dropdowns, Inputs, and Calendars namespace to start using the Blazor Dropdown List, text box, and DateTimePicker controls in any of the components available under the Pages folder. Next, let me start to customize the editor window. As a first step, I will define editor template tag within this schedule templates. Then, I need to access the scheduler data source. So, let me define a variable data and convert the context as appointment data model class. Now, let me move on to the template design. Here, I have planned to place 5 different fields inside the table layout. Therefore, I will add table structure with class name inside the editor template. Also, I have defined few CSS styles for these classes. Here, first I am going to define the subject field. So, let me set its label as summary, and include SF text box tag with bind value property. For this property, I have assigned the subject field. Next, I am going to add another field to display status. So, let me set its label as status, as I have planned to list out 3 status options in this field. Therefore, let me define Dropdown List component with placeholder property to display it as a short hint. Next, I will add the data source by creating a model class Dropdown List model with 2 fields, ID and text. Then, I need to create a list for status data of type Dropdown List model and assign an array of objects to it. And I will assign this object status data to the data source property of Dropdown List. To this Dropdown List, I need to specify the data source type and Dropdown List value field type. So, I will add TItem and TValue properties with appropriate values. For this data source, I need to map the data source field. Therefore, let me define Dropdown List field settings tag, and map the fields ID to value property, and text to text property. Along with this, I also need to set bind value property to display the current item on the Dropdown List. Therefore, let me define bind value property and assign event type field to it. Okay, let me move on to the next fields, which is the start time and end time. First, I will define the label for start time and end time fields. For these 2 fields, I am going to use the DateTimePicker component so that I can display and select the start and end time values from it. Therefore, I will add DateTimePicker component with bind value property. Then, I will assign data source field start time and end time to these properties. Finally, let me define a description field with the label reason. And here, I will add text box component with multiline property. Then, I need to define bind value property and assign description field to it. So, the editor window design is done. Look at the scheduler now. I am going to double click on the 11 a.m. time slot, so that you can see the start time and end time fields showing the values 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. in the editor window. Also, I will set the summary text, status, and reason for the appointment now, and simply save the appointment. You can notice the appointment getting added over here, on the exact chosen time range. Here, if I double click on the appointment, you can notice the appointment values are directly getting filled onto the customized editor window. Okay, let me summarize some of the important points which we have discussed in this video. We have seen how to customize the editor window using custom template option. We have also seen how to add different controls to the Blazor scheduler. If you would like to see the working of this example, you can download it from the GitHub link, which is shared in the description part below. You can also grab your chance of getting a free license key to use our complete Blazor products if you fit into our community guidelines. So check the link given in the description part to know if you are eligible for using our community license. If you find this video as useful, click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thank you once again for watching this video.